The whole thing that's so wild about it is it wasn't put to bed into June. And I kind of facetiously said yesterday, maybe his reception wasn't working in his house and you have to FaceTime to get him, you know? I mean, because it strains credulity in the same way it did that the Packers and Rodgers didn't communicate significantly enough in Rodgers' mind that things had to fall apart post darkness therapy, that this hasn't been put to bed between January and June or sufficiently enough, which leads me to believe it hasn't been put to bed sufficiently enough going into the season, to the point where if it happens in another game again, it can significantly fall apart. Really? Because it seems to me most every receiver would want to play with Josh Allen, right? Wouldn't you think? Something doesn't square. This circle doesn't square here, right?
Play with Josh Allen.
You know what I mean? Something's wildly...
This could go deeper than what's going on the field, though, too. Philosophical differences.
I forgot that this game was played in the snow. I don't know how, but watching some of the... I'm watching the game highlights here.
Well, it was played in 80-degree sunshine when Burrow was throwing it. It felt like they just did whatever the hell they wanted.
Well, that's because the Bills got no pressure on Joe Burrow, and he was getting the ball out fast.
Rear touched on it yesterday, guys. That was a team that was out of gas.
Buffalo.
Spent.
For sure.
Because
emotionally and physically.
Don't you remember they had to play in Detroit the Sunday before they had to play in Detroit for Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Because of the snow?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Did I get that timing right? I think they did, right? You know, they played Cleveland in Detroit the week before Thanksgiving.
Bills had a lot going on last year.
And the DeMar Hamlin drops dead. Let's be honest.
Your brother died in front of you, man. Like, the man died in front of you. How do you come? You can't come back from that.
They just looked like a spent team.
Yeah. And, you know, like we touched on the incident at the shopping,
Yes, the shooting.
The shooting at the grocery store parking lot that they all came. Like, they had a lot to...
Yeah, more than just football.
With. Yeah.
Diggs is double covered on every play in this drive. Like, I don't get it. What's he mad about?
I don't get it either. And nobody's talking about it other than to say we're good. So we'll take them at their word. We will take them at their word. And just put up the Bills' schedule. Taking them at their word now and seeing how it plays out will play out in front of the nation a lot. First game, Aaron Rodgers, first game as a Jet, Monday Night Football.
That's going to be awesome.
Okay.
By the way, at New York on September 11th.
Correct. Right. Now, the next three games are not nationally televised. Their fifth game it's in London against Jacksonville, which, if I'm not mistaken, is playing in London the week before. So the Bills will have a significant disadvantage in that game because Jacksonville will already be on London time. And then they've got a Sunday nighter against the Giants and Dayball. So if this is an issue with Ken Dorsey, right, calling plays, the old play caller who they all loved and crushed it with is going to try and beat him that night with Daniel Jones. They've got a Thursday nighter against Tampa. Wow. Then they're on Sunday night again at Cincinnati. Come on. Then they've got a Monday nighter against Denver. I'm sure that game at Philadelphia is going to probably be one of those late windows on Fox that like 98% of the country is going to get.
Yep.
At Kansas City will be a late window on CBS. The whole country's going to get. Sunday against Dallas, that will probably be another. I mean, this thing's going to play out in front of the whole country.
That's a tough schedule, man. That's a crazy schedule right there.
Who's going to say it? You want me to say it? Are you going to say it?
They're not missing the playoffs.
Oh.
They're not missing the playoffs. No, this is still a really, really, let me add one more really good team.
Really good teams missed the playoffs now.
Okay. Missing the playoffs is a tall, tall leap.
AFC is stacked. We've already established there's going to be 4 really good teams with really good quarterbacks and coaches that missed the playoffs.
So you're going from the beef isn't settled from January to June, going into this season, they're missing the playoffs. I will take that. Will you really take that?
I'm saying if we're going to throw out teams, there's 10, right? There's 10 awesome teams with good quarterbacks and good coaches.
More likely.
3 of them have to miss it.
What's more likely?
Bonus.
Bills miss the playoffs this year, or next 2 seasons to make it 4 seasons in a row. Burrow, Allen, and Mahomes have seats at the Final Four AFC table.
I don't think they're going to make it, those 3. One of them's going to slip up. That's just so unlikely, dude. You're talking about Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, I know.
Crashing the party.
Well, that's so one of the Trevor Lawrence Trevor Lawrence had that seat at the table last year. Tannehill 2 years ago. One of those 3 might have a seat at that same table.
What if two of those guys have to play each other in the divisional round?
No, that's the divisional round is the Final Four.
Oh, fun for the AFC. Well, they might have to play wild card round. Not everyone's going to win the division. Just saying, you want to keep an eye on a team that might miss it.
I will say it's more likely that Allen, Burrow, and Mahomes make the Final Four in the AFC this year and the following year to make it 4 years in a row than the Bills missing the playoffs this year. All things considered, everyone healthy. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.